Hola clase, buenas tardes. Hoy voy a corregir la tarea de anoche. So last night's homework, I wanted to take the time to go over the answers with you guys. And rather than pulling up an answer key, I figured we'd do a video so that you could take your time, think things through, check your work. And most importantly, I'm doing this because this homework very closely represents what you are going to have for Monday. Excuse me. I just had a soda, so no need to be rude. So anyhow, first things first, if you want to correct this along with me to see if you're getting the answers correct, then you should go into Google Classroom right now and you should go into classwork. And the exercise is 37. So open up exercise 37, Horario Escolar 2020. Okay, so I'm opening mine right now. Okay. And those are the 12 questions, and we went over some of them in class. So I am going to be a little bit redundant. I'm not sure who was listening and who maybe wanted to ask a question and maybe didn't. So I'm just going to start from the very beginning. It can't hurt. So right now I'm going to share my screen with you and we are going to go through El Horario Escolar 2020. Okay. Let's share. Let's do this. So aquí tenemos un horario escolar del año 2020. Okay. El alumno, aka el estudiante, it's just another name for a student, se llama Jose Andres Sanchez Ortega. Okay. Y su año de graduación es 2023. So that would make him a, I believe, sophomore in high school. So he's in his second year at his high school. The high school is called Colegio de San Patricio y es en Bogota, Colombia. Es colombiano. Just things up here I wanted to give detail to that you might see on a real schedule. Okay, this schedule itself is for the fall semester, el semestre del otoño. Okay, right now we are in el semestre de la primavera. This is spring semester. Okay, so this is something I made for the kids last semester. So here we go. Oh, that's incorrect. Let me fix that. There we go. So if you take a look across the top, we have el bloque. This is the block. Primero, segundo, y block. That's actually a thing that we have at Nashua North when we are in full session. Tercero, almuerzo, which is lunchtime, and cuarto. Just to let you know, almuerzo, there are 4 different lunch periods. So when we are back in the school fully and we have lunch period, you'll have one of 4 sections. I don't know why that. There we go. That's better. And so this student, Jose, has second lunch. Okay, just to know how, so you know how to read that. So la hora is the time. Like I said in class before, I'm only really concerned about the time it starts. You don't really need to know this ending time. Just like I was telling one of my classes, I'm like, if I want to know what time a class is at, I'm going to ask what time it starts, so I'm not late. I'm not going to ask what time it ends, right? So I care more about the 7:20 than the 8:47. So, and by the way, these are reflective of the real times of Nashua North. Okay, so when, you know, we get back to the way we were before, then this is when we would actually meet. So we have the days of the week across: lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, And then we have las materias, the classes, and in parentheses, los profesores. So let's get rolling with this, shall we? Taking a look. Okay. Pregunta número uno. ¿A qué hora es el francés? And I told you guys that a qué hora means at what time. So qué hora es is what time is it? So if you're asking somebody like, oh, what time is it? I have somewhere to go. I don't want to be late. Then you'd say, ¿qué hora es? In this case, this is at what time is French class. ¿A qué hora es el francés? So we looked on the schedule. I targeted el francés. Here it is, guys, with Madame Lafleur. And looks like Jose has francés 3 times a week. So I care about la hora. So like I said, I want you guys to tell me the time. So you can tell me el francés es a las 7:20. The key word here is a, because this is at. We're not just telling time anymore, like we initially learned. You're not saying son las 7, it is 7 o'clock. You're saying at 7 o'clock. Es a las 7:20. That's very important. All right. Número 2, ¿qué materia tiene José primero los martes? Okay, so primero, that's first block. ¿Qué materia? Which subject? ¿Qué materia tiene José primero los martes? So what subject does Jose have first on? Los martes would be on Tuesdays. So he has this class, biology with Señor Azul. So you would say, Jose tiene la clase de biología. And you can stop there. That's es suficiente. So if you're trying to hit the target of a B and show me, Senora, I'm proficient, I can answer in a complete sentence, and I can give you the correct answer, okay, then that's perfect. But if you want to add on to that and make it a little more exact, technical, Jose tiene la clase de biología primero los martes. I'm going to clean this up because this looks like not great. There we go. So you can see it better. All right, so those are the answers. And I'm going to double space because that's messy looking. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so número 3. ¿Quién es la profesora de educación física? So, ¿quién es? ¿Quién es is asking who is. ¿Quién es la profesora de educación física? Who's the teacher? The phys ed teacher. Okay, so let's take a look. We have to find educación física. Here it is, educación física. And it's Señorita Rosa. So, you would tell me, es la profesora, or you could say es la señorita Rosa. If you've never seen the abbreviation for señorita, you've only seen it spelled out completely, it's SRTA. I just shorten things because I'm lazy. No, because it's easier. So I am going to go back afterwards and I'm going to give you alternative ways to also give me the correct answer in case you were correcting this and going, oh, that's not how I wrote it at all. You could also talk about, you could answer these questions in terms of who Jose has or what class he has, or at what time he has the class. So the key word is has, okay? Jose tiene. So I will quickly type those in afterwards if that's kind of the way that you've been answering them. So, número 4. ¿Qué materia es a las 10:22? ¿Qué materia? ¿Qué means what? Okay, and we had one of these up on number 2. So, ¿qué materia? What subject es a las 10:22? So you need to know your times. That's why we learn times, guys. 10:22. So 10 and 22. So what class is at 10:22? Take a look. That's la hora. Here's 10:22. And when was it? ¿Qué materia es a las 10:22? Oh, because the whole week long, it's the same one. It never changes. It doesn't alternate. So looks like bloque de estudios. Okay. It's study block, E-block. Okay. So I'm going to say bloque de estudios es a las 10:22. You don't have to put AM. I think it's fairly obvious on a school schedule that it's in the morning. Okay. So, número 5. ¿Qué materia es después del almuerzo los jueves? So we learned some vocabulary to talk about order of appearance. So después de, you need to know, is after. Okay, we have antes de, which is before, después de, which is after, and then entre de, which is in between. Okay, and these are notebook terms that I asked you to write down the other day, and I held up my little flashcards because I love flashcards. So, ¿qué materia? What subject? Es después del almuerzo los jueves. What subject is after lunchtime on this day? Jueves is Thursday. So, okay, we look up jueves. This is the column we need to be in. I'm looking for lunchtime. Here we go. And I want what's after lunchtime. What is after lunchtime? Literatura con Señora Rojas. All right, so la literatura es después. Okay. And like I said, you can say la literatura es después. Literature is afterwards. But if you want to be more precise, I guess, then you would say después del almuerzo los jueves. Okay. Do what you feel comfortable with, but strive to make it a complete sentence, if that makes sense. All right, ¿cuándo es el almuerzo? Let's take a look. Almuerzo, almuerzo. Here's almuerzo. Mira, está aquí. And like I said, I care about the start time, not really when you finish lunch. Okay, so 11:17. 11:17. That's when lunch is. So you would say almuerzo es a las 11:17. Lunch is at. Again, the important word. Lunch is at. Almuerzo es a las 11:17. ¿A qué hora tiene la clase de álgebra? ¿A qué hora tiene la clase de álgebra? At what time does he have algebra? We have to scan and find álgebra. Here's álgebra. And it looks like the same time, same place every single day. Okay, 8:52. 8:52. So, la clase de álgebra es a las. So 8:52, that's negative time. You have to round up to the next hour. So you lie and you say 9 o'clock. And then you subtract the minutes from the full hour. Remember this? A las 9 menos. What is the full hour? 60 minutes minus 52 minutes. It's 8 minutes. So, 8. La clase de álgebra es a las 9 menos 8. Again, at. It's an at question. At. What time is it? At. All right. ¿Qué clase es antes de tecnología? Tecnología. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está esa clase? Oh, tecnología está aquí. And what was the question? Oh, what class is antes de? Is before tech. Okay, look, one above tech. It's this one. It's bloque de estudios. Okay. So. Bloque de estudios es antes. Like I said, you can stop there or just say antes de tecnología. Hope that by this point you're feeling pretty a little more clear, a little more confident on this. Like I said, on a scale of 0 to 5, 3, 4, 5 is obviously a good place to be. If you're at 3, that means you might be feeling a little shaky, but with a little bit of independent studying on your own, you should, I mean, that's what independent is. You should be fine. So you probably know that if you take a better look at it or practice and go over your assignments a little more, you'll get there. If you're at a 2, you need to ask yourself why you're at a 2. You need to say, did I not write down enough notes? Was I zoning out in Spanish? Did I miss the opportunity to ask a question and I probably should have asked it? Should I come into Senora's office hours? I like visitors. So, you know, just things to think about, guys. Teaching you how to be a good student. That's part of school. That's a big part of school. How to become a good student. It's your job, you know. Okay. ¿Qué clase? Oh, I missed the verb. ¿Qué clase es cuarto los viernes? So what class is 4th on Friday? Cuarto los viernes. That's the last day of the week. Okay. So es escritura. So writing is 4th. Writing is 4th. So la escritura es cuarto. Like I said before, you could stop here and just say writing is 4th to be proficient. To be a little more above proficient, writing is 4th on Fridays. Finish it up. ¿Qué clase es entre de e-block y almuerzo los miércoles? So miércoles is Wednesday. Okay, find miércoles. ¿Qué clase es entre de? It's in between. Bloque de estudios y almuerzo. What's in between these two? It's la banda. La banda. Okay. Band. So, la banda entre de e-block. I should really put bloque de estudios. estudios y almuerzo. What did I do? What did I do? Okay. La banda es entre el bloque de estudios y almuerzo los miércoles. ¿Quién es la profesora de escritura? Finally, a teacher question. Oh, I had another teacher question. ¿Quién es? Who is the writing teacher? Writing's down here, and it's Miss Violet. Señorita Violeta es la profesora. That would be fine. Or you can say de escritura. Just make it more complete, you know? And last but not least, ¿qué clase es segundo? Scroll up, take a look. Segundo. Oh, it's algebra every day. Yeah, it would take 5 days a week to learn algebra. Algebra es segundo. Okay, so like I had said, if you use tener for some sentences, that would be fine. If you're giving me the same message, just said differently. So, for example, ¿a qué hora es el francés? You can either say el francés es a las 7:20 or José tiene el francés a las 7:20. Okay. ¿Qué materia tiene Jose primero? So this one was asking what class he has first, so there's only one way to say it. Okay. ¿Quién es la profesora de educación física? Es la profesora or la señorita Rosa. You could tell me Jose tiene la profesora or la señorita Rosa. ¿Qué materia es a las 10:22? Bloque de estudios es. Or you could say, José tiene bloque de estudios a las 10:22. I'm just trying to highlight all my ads. Okay, ¿qué materia es después del almuerzo los jueves? La literatura es, or José tiene la literatura. I'm not going to write all of it down. You're getting the gist, I'm hoping. ¿Cuándo es el almuerzo? Almuerzo es, or José tiene el almuerzo a las 11:17. Okay, so hopefully this video helps you process things. I know that I go rather quickly, and I am going to still be going at a fairly brisk pace in class because I'm not getting anyone asking me questions. So unless you ask me questions, I'm not going to know to, slow down or circle back, okay, if I'm not getting any reading of the room. So please help me out. Okay, so I think we could stop right here. You have the answers and you can figure it out. I have faith in you. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you are able to study more effectively. I'll give you probably some more exercises today, tomorrow, maybe even on the weekend, and I'll throw up some answer keys so you can check your work. All right, hasta mañana. Jueves es el último día de clase en Zoom para la semana, so un día más de Zoom y después viernes tienen la independencia para trabajar solo you've got some independent time to work alone. Ciao.